Howdy, gang. So what's going on? What's going on? For those who missed the news, 90-day tariff pause on all trading partners apart from China, who we definitely have ongoing issues with. They will be very ugly, very brutal, very difficult. We're going to get into the show questions here in just a second. I did want to mention there is an upcoming event at the end of April. Oregon Electric Vehicle Association is hosting the Test Drive and Information Expo. I will be there. I will be fresh back from 13 days in China. And I say 13 when really 2 of it is flying. It's not quite that bad, but certainly it will certainly be probably over 24 hours in the air. Oh yeah, for sure. Probably 17 over 15 back, something like that. I'll be giving 2 presentations. One, an absolute in-depth summary of Cybercab, and the second will be about what I learned in China. And if you just can't get enough, Brian, there's also one coming up tomorrow. Ranger EV. Ranger EV is a company that allows you to put up a charger at your own house and bill people. Not sure how that works, but I'll find out tomorrow. Oh my gosh, so much to do. No rest for the wicked. And I think we can all agree Brian's pretty wicked. If you got burning questions, ask him here for maximum visibility. Give us an Amazon associate link. Ooh, I should do that. I need to get one of those link tree things where I put all my codes. I think that would be beneficial. I don't have time to do that before the trip, though. I put my questions out by pouring coffee on it. I said, wise. Hello, David. Good to see you, of course. Hi, everyone. DRK in the house. Good to see you. Java Man, hi. So is this spring a return for the artificial depression of the tariff overhang? There's more chaos to go. There's more chaos to go. I fear that people who are able to move the market are potentially doing so for personal gain. I'm just here to get the current lemon count on the tree. The lemon count is low. It's low. It has not sprouted any more than before because it's not a real lemon tree. And I do need to change the batteries in my lights because my old lights, I only had, it was like 8 bulbs. Those batteries lasted forever. This is like 100 bulbs, even though they're LED. They burn a little. Let's see here. So also hello to Jamie and Joey and Sharon and Elena and Java Man. Hello, everybody. Yes. Hello. Hi. Yes. Cool. I think it's a gasp in between the drama of the tariffs. I think that is the correct answer. I think there's a lot more drama to go. My concern with the tariffs is every time we do one, even if we pause it, even if we roll it back, some business is lost forever. Businesses rely on certainty. If we have too much uncertainty, they will go elsewhere. Because even if it costs 5% more, 10% more to do business elsewhere, that is a greater deal. That is a better financial decision than the uncertainty, which could cost you 100%. Count the lemons yourself if you come to the lemon party. Oh, just to the party, not a lemon party. I think that might be something different. Yeah, that's right. I did have the lemon tree out on my front steps to welcome guests last time I had a party, last July. And absolutely no one noticed what it was because it's so much smaller than you realize. Tariffs are on. Tariffs are off. Build my U.S. factory. Don't build my factory. Order more products. Stop all orders. There is no business, no way business can function with this economic chaos and uncertainty. It sucks. 4% to you instead of the rich bald guy. Oh, Bezos? Because you don't mean me. Because clearly I'm not bald. 60% of the stock is now in hands of the institutions, and they keep buying it. Is the day of the retail investor on the way out? 60% would be fine. That's normal. That's what you expect to see. I didn't see that figure. It wouldn't surprise me. Digital Blade Canada is here. Good to see everyone. By the way, Digital Blade, you were there for the Fast Charging with B&B podcast on April Fool's Day. That did not do well in terms of viewers. Very unfortunate. I thought it was clever. I thought it was good information too. But hey, my April Fool's jokes kind of fizzled. I did 6 videos that day instead of the usual 2. I would have liked to have seen at least double, if not triple the traffic. I did not. What I saw was 1/3 as much traffic on each video. So that, what are you going to do? 60%. Okay. Hello again. Good to see everyone. Love that charger at your own house and being able to bill people. Yeah. Wouldn't that be cool? If you've got the ability to do that. I couldn't do it because the only way I could do it is by allowing people to block me in. But hey, looking forward to hearing about your trip to China. I was able to connect with Kelly and Bert on Saturday. Oh, hey, Scott. We're all excited for you to visit Michigan. Good to see you, Scott. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. I reached out to Kelly today and said, let's get a planning meeting before I go to China, because we've got a lot of moving pieces and I need to keep those plates spinning. So good thing this isn't voice chat. I bit my tongue off. The lemon tree is a lemon. Oh, yeah, but I can't return it. No good lemon laws for plastic trees. Great businesses anticipate strategy for almost every possible macro change. They do. And part of that anticipation is moving away from US. It's unfortunate because we're ceding a lot of ground. Is Tesla going to merge Grok and Tesla Vision right from the start, or are they going to keep them separate systems? I have no idea. I think they would be separate. I think it would be more part of the infotainment than the actual heart of the car. But I don't know. I mean, no one knows for sure, but I definitely don't know. The behind-the-scenes market manipulation, as you correctly state, staggering. Mar-a-Lago will be opening champagne tonight. Take a breather during the pause. Regroup, plan, plot, and formulate a strategy. Can you give an example of which businesses are lost? You can go ask Grok. That's a great Grok question. During the last trade war, we imposed new tariffs on China. China responded with soybean tariffs. While those tariffs were later normalized, the soy farmers of the U.S. never got that business back. That business has moved to Brazil forever. If you put big tariffs on any particular product, Kentucky bourbon, people will temporarily switch to a different bourbon, and some of them will not switch back. That is business lost forever. What does Tesla need to do on this next earning call to offset poor deliveries, earnings, and begin to repair brand damage? The brand damage part is a bigger question. I've made whole videos on that. But on the question of explaining the poor deliveries, we know how that happened. I made a video yesterday with Cern Basher about that, where we said, if everything went perfectly, what would we expect to see in terms of production for Q1? And we graphed it out and found that it's exactly what we would have expected. Deliveries were down, but of course they were because of retooling. And deliveries were down because they had drawn down inventory so much they needed to replenish the supply. That was all anticipated. My production estimate was 372. It came in at 362. I was within 10,000. I was within like 2.5% because you can see it coming. You can see it coming a mile away. In terms of, so it's all quite tricky. In terms of the profit, don't know. We'll see what happens. Wall Street is still thinking 50 cents or more per share, which would be, tremendous. A lot of money. I miss those. Let's see. Elon's relationship with China, discuss. I think China will carve out Tesla from the trade war. I think Tesla is too important to China. Tesla pumps a whole lot of money into China in the form of corporate taxes, and all of their production and everything is local. So I'm reaching out to Tesla China to see if I can get a Gigafactory tour. Who knows? Maybe they'll say yes. I am not worried about Elon's relationship. I'm certainly not worried about Tesla's relationship with China. This Tesla and high alpha pop seems temporary unless there's a more meaningful resolution on trade with China. I agree. I guess the test would be if Elon said they were short of USB parts for Model 3 and Y again. I mean, I get it. I get it. There is a joke in there that Tesla once was very, very short on that. But I'm not as worried about that. I'm worried about the whole market, not just that part of it. These are questions that were posted on the main live stream, on the main video. Stock just jumped 10% or $10. Yeah, the tunnies caught that early. Early thumbs up. You can still give this video a thumbs up. Question for y'all: Do we have any thumbs up yet on this video? Check. And the only way to get the accurate numbers by giving it a thumbs up, I decided. And subscribe if you haven't. People, YouTube's on one of those kicks where they're unsubscribing people. So even if you think you're subscribed, you may not be. My source didn't mention Trump as the source. Fox YouTube clip. I don't get it, Matt. Sorry. Sorry, I logged in before realizing Herbert was on here. You don't like Herbert? Herbert's like the most likable guy. Herbert's a nice guy, but not necessarily a thought leader. I know him better than you do. Early in his channel, people would ask me, does Herbert really not know the answers to the questions he's asking? And I would say, no, he knows the answers. That's what makes him so good at interviewing, is because if he didn't know the answer and didn't know how, and didn't know that we also knew the answer, we would both look like fools. Yeah. Nick thinks he's smarter than us. In some ways, he is. In some ways, he's not. Everyone, I can learn from anyone. That's why I love going to all these events. I can meet people who don't know a lot of the things that I know, but know a lot of things that I don't. Penguins are saved. Yeah. Herbert is Switzerland. Okay. Someone needs to go to China with Brian. The editor's coming with me for, I think, 5 of the days. Rosh will be with me. We will be making thumbnails together in person. We will be, he will be helping me refine my workflow, get better footage, all that. Whoever could have seen Grok being incorporated into your car? Sarcasm? Correct. Sarcasm is the correct answer, because the day Grok was announced, everyone was like, oh man, this is going into the car, isn't it? I'm going to just scroll down there. Let's see. That's how fast government... China won't back down. Negotiating is not an agreement. It's quite possible these countries are negotiating with China in the background. Some of them are negotiating with China in the foreground. We've seen the calculations that were used to arrive at the target tariff numbers. And the math is... It's not math. It's not math. If I had brought you an equation like that, I would and said, hey, I don't want you to hire me, but I want you to write a letter of recommendation. Look at this equation I built. You would not write me a letter of recommendation. The only person who would write me a letter of recommendation for coming up with that equation would be someone who is somehow breathtakingly unqualified to give me a recommendation. Let's see. Why is that insane? CCP is different. I don't know. How well does summon and banish work? In China? I assume you mean in China. In the US, of course, we have summon. It works awfully well. Banish? We don't have that yet. I will be looking to find that out. You all should see this knowing grin from my Tesla rep here in Norway. He went on a business trip to try out FSD in the US earlier this year. Neat. We do have a question that just showed up. Hello from Argentina. Keep up the good work. Buying the dip. Last chance to 5 to 10x with Tesla. I send you some sense because I'm from a country destroyed by populists and their corruption. Our currency got destroyed. I am so sorry to hear that. It is difficult to deal with. You know, not everyone gets to pick their leaders, and a lot of people pick leaders based on lies. I saw someone say, "Well, we shouldn't have names on the ballot. We should just have a list of what they hope to do." I said, "Right, but then everyone would say free ponies and endless sunshine, time travel, free, free snacks, free chicken nuggets." And then we would vote for someone and find out, oh, I voted for that guy. He's not going to give me any of that. Frustrating. He went on a business trip to try out FSD in the US. That's cool. Anybody else catch a bunch of YouTube community bragging about selling covered calls? They may poopy pants emoji themselves. I don't do options. If you'd have asked me 10 minutes before today's pop, where are we going to finish at today? I would have and said, I'll give you 100 guesses. Up 20 would not probably have been on the list. Sounds like Brian frequently rickrolls Herbert. You may have seen me giggle when that comment came in. I don't because I would have to record it or it's not worth it. And you can play none of it. I mean, like this much of it with no sound and still get a copyright strike. Oh, it's just written about and talked about in Spaces last year. Yeah. The subscription price may go up significantly when it works fully. Oh, yes, I believe so. I believe so. And even if it takes some amount of human intervention on the back, the kind of intervention that would make it cost prohibitive over the life of its use for the 6,000 or 8,000 or even 12,000 that some people paid, the increase in price on new buyers, new subscribers would cover it, is my confidence. Let's see. I never get excited about single day dips or rises. I try not to. I'm here for the long term. I try not to. I need a front Well, he was the one who said hoo-ha, not me. So I just figured I would use his terminology, whatever that meant. And if I'm not having fun, it starts to feel like work. And I'm already working hard enough. CPU swap out only takes about a half an hour. Yeah. 2 hours ago, I was checking to remind myself of my get out price. I'm just weary of the drama. My anxiety required me to get out. I wish my stock hadn't been in a 401k so I couldn't mess with it. Oh, had been in a 401k so I couldn't mess with it. Yeah. Well, and a lot of people, as they get closer to retirement or into retirement, need more stability. And I know that the market loves chaos, but come on. Brad, as much as I love that you have 69K subscribers, let's get you to 100. Oh, please. Please, I promise I'll stop begging once I get to 100. Catching up, what on earth is happening? To which I said, tariff pause. If you're just tuning in, the tariffs have been paused. And we're close enough to the end. I'm just going to get through this. How about them lemons? Yeah. 20% is awesome, but more importantly, Nick needs lemons in his tree, and Herbert needs a tree. I think that's a great idea. Brian wins the lemon tree wars. There it is. Let's have a lemon party. I don't want to have a lemon party. China will wait, and they will wait. And why they wait, they will talk to the same countries about long-term reliable deals. That's the real detriment. I get it. People, oh, well, we're getting better deals from some countries. Yes, but at what cost? Those countries will now despise us. We're already unpopular enough without making things worse. And again, the math used to determine the tariffs was either so stupid that whoever made it should be fired, or so dishonest that whoever made it should be fired. And then I've got to deal with people in the comments going, yeah, but Vietnam was charging us 60% tariffs. They weren't. The average tariff rate was 9.3. And now we're going to tariff them 32%, 30%. That's That's a good way to destroy the economy of one of your allies. Magical. Japan owns a trillion in T-bills compared to China's 720. Yeah. Yeah. They can make us endure economic pain, and they, as a totalitarian regime, can endure pain a lot easier. I disagree with this comment. Entertaining. That's one word for it. I wish I had the money to buy a Tesla so I know what you guys are talking about. Yeah. I didn't own one for a long time while having this channel. People say, wow, how can you talk about a company if you don't own the car? Because I'm an analyst and I analyze the company. I wasn't analyzing the cars. People tell me they're good cars. I believe them. People like them. The customer satisfaction rate was very high. It wasn't until May of 22 that I drove one for the first time. It's on camera. You can check it out. Apparently, you aren't the one and only Brian White. I'm not. There's so many of us. I've met other Brian Whites. Been quite enjoyable watching the rest of the market go through what Tesla investors face every month, whether Elon does something dumb or not. Yeah. Nissan Leaf. Yeah, but it's a good car. Do I speak Chinese? No. No. Wabusher. I don't remember the word for Chinese. But, yeah. No. Yeah. A handful of words. Maybe 24 words now, probably. I can order beer or tea. Would you like to join me for beer or tea? I can order for both of us. I wonder how good Google Translate is. It's very good. It's very good. And if it isn't, I'll just use a different app that is good. If there's a limit on Google. Plenty of translation apps. Yeah. All right. Now, let's get back to comments on this one because we are living the dream here. Oh boy. We got to go up here a bit. Herbert is chill. Can you, okay. There, we're caught up. I missed those. Unfortunate, it doesn't pick up traffic. Yeah. We were talking about fast charging with B&B. It's just great to catch up with Bear. It'd been too long. I guess the test would be if Elon said they were short of USB parts. Great. We're back to here. Keep up the good work. Buying the dip. Yes. Just learned today that there's a law in Germany allowing special benefits for electric cars, like driving in unusually restricted areas or parking in special areas. Cool. Some states allow you to drive in the HOV lane if you're in an electric car. My state doesn't. Watching your channel. I'm American first, not American last. I care more about the American workers than I do your stock. Well, that's great. I wish you actually did care about the American workers because this tariff policy is hurting them. You cannot bring back jobs overnight. The net loss of jobs is greater than the gain. So maybe be a human first and look at it from the human perspective and be an American second. Because I am a human first before I'm anything else. Great to see you. Does the availability of FSD in Europe get around tariffs if it's not a physical part, but just a service? Wow. Huh. That's a great question. Does anyone have answers? Hey, Ron from the Oregon Electric Vehicle Association. Thanks for the shout out for the April 27th event. Looking forward to your presentations. We have fun at those events. And a lot of times there's I don't remember if it's a 1912 or 1913 Detroit electric vehicle that you can ride in, that they will pop you in and drive you down the block and back. It's 112, 13 years old. You get to drive in it, ride in it. You don't get to drive it. It doesn't have a steering wheel. It's got a tiller. And when you get to 25, you're like, whoa, that's fast enough. Herbert is chill. Brian is America last. Blah, blah, blah. Get a passport, travel the world. Tell me what you think of humans. I like humans. I'm a member of that race, the human race. And that's the race that comes in first. So being an American means you are subject to whatever America is, and America changes. Being an American at one time, before the abolition of slavery, was a pretty grim thing to be. So let's not engage in team sports to the detriment of other people. Yeah. What would happen if China separated the China plant from the rest of Tesla? I don't know why they would. I don't know why they would. I do like woody humor. Fake lemon trees. Okay. Oh, you meant Nick? I know you meant bring Nick to China. I do not have the ability to do that. And yeah, let's see. Mm-hmm. You like the name Futurasa. Thank you. There were a lot of people who didn't early on. They were like, oh, why? I liked my Tesla weekend. Because it's not it's our. I guess that makes me a communist. No, my is just a filler word. I cover more than just Tesla. I would get people angry because I covered SpaceX. And weekend, well, I started by only publishing on the weekends, and then it became 3-day weekends, and then it became all week, and then the weekend part didn't make sense anymore. When will they recognize FSD subscription revenue, and how much will it be? Well, so the subscription revenue they recognize immediately. The purchase revenue they recognize most of right out of the gate, but not all of. So there could be literally a billion or billions that is deferred. So that will need to be complete in order to recognize that revenue. He has a last day set for next month. I'm not sure what that means. I'm not sure. Oh, wish Musk would drop out. Oh, last day set for Doge. Who knows? Who knows? It's all subject to change. How devastating would a Taiwan invasion be? Would TSMC not be available as a supplier be recoverable in a shortish period of time? I would imagine if there is a full-scale invasion of Taiwan, that the Taiwan semiconductor plant would be destroyed intentionally, and that would create a global period of technological darkness that would take years from which to recover. So, and for that matter, I don't know if China's appetite for a land war is all that strong, because China has no cousins. There are no cousins in China. Everybody had one kid. So if you are a kid now, even if you are one of two kids, which you probably aren't, though you can be now, you could have a sibling. But your parents did not have siblings. So your parents did not have kids. You have no cousins. They have a people shortage. They would be very crazy to try and create that now. And further to that point, they don't have petroleum in the ground, meaning they don't have fertilizer. So if China were not allowed to get new fertilizer, which is mostly made from petroleum products, they would starve quickly. And they're a net importer of food. So they don't have enough food. They don't have enough fertilizer to grow food without international trade, and they don't have cousins. So I don't think China has all that big of a appetite for a land war. Maybe I'm the crazy one. Keeping it real with Brian, Herbert, Randy, CERN, and Peggy, all among my favorites to watch. Nice that Peggy made that list. Peggy's a lot of fun. He's not as full-time as the rest, as some of us. Peggy and CERN are not full-timers. But me, Herbert, and Randy are. And Randy's not just full-time, he's retired. So, I mean, technically everything he does is full-time. Don't check the market every day. Yeah. Did we ever find out how many likes this video has now? I would be curious to know. Gonna speed up here so we can get through them. What does this mean? Are you responding to that one? Maybe? I guess so. America. So sad to see Brian being America last. Ugh. Take that back to Facebook, bro. What would be the worst scenarios China can do for the USA in the midst of these tariffs? The worst scenario China can do. Let them happen. The worst thing China could do is say, cool, let them happen. The dollar store, which is already the $1.25 store, would become the $3.50 bush. Wouldn't even be Dollar Tree anymore. It'd be a shrub. So it'd be the $3 shrub now, is what we would call the Dollar Tree. It would cause rampant inflation. It would cause rampant job losses. We're bluffing, but we don't have any cards. I mean, what we've got is like pair of twos, jack high. Come on, we got nothing. It would hurt China. It would hurt us more. How serious will Austin Robotaxi be? I don't know. Will we see a timid 10 cars or a takeover of 1,000 cars? I'm going to guess in between 100. I think 100 is the number that I expect to see. Less than 100, I'll say, really? More than 100, I'll say, really? So the good news is, if you're just reading this, that statement makes no sense. Nick made Brian look like a fool. What are you doing, man? You need a new hobby. Oh, gosh. When will Robotaxi be in San Francisco? Regulatory approval. Pending regulatory approval. They've got apparently the ability to tack on to a state Department of Transportation license in, where is it? Somewhere in Southern California. But not in San Francisco yet. Do you think Elon's learning from the past few days of the market that his politicization of himself is problematic? I'm hoping so. I don't know. I hope he understands the power of his words. Love it when you're having fun. Me too. Me too. He's doing the necessary, just too late, in possibly the wrong manner, and with the usual fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Yeah. The tariff pause for 90 days. Love to see it. Tariff pause, opportunity and chaos. May you live in interesting times. Tesla now up at 20%. Should we take a look? Should we see what's going on? Is this right? 18.28, 20.86. There you go. Over 20% as of this moment. Pretty cool. Is it this one? It's the other one. It's this one. I've got a big, messy desk full of tabs and windows, and I only have like 100 tabs open in various windows. Oh, we're almost through this. We're going to get through it. If you have any final questions or comments, get them in now. We're almost there. Tesla now up 20%. There we are. Your why joke fell like a lead balloon during Herbert's show. Yeah. I asked Nick what he drives, and he said, why? And I said, because I want to know. I'm just curious. Didn't think it was that personal, but heard a stat. The percentage of YouTubers with over 100,000 subscribers is 0.23%. I would believe it. You know, you can make millions on YouTube. Yeah. Most people make zero, though. Yeah. Getting to 100,000 would be momentous. You get all the respect, all the credibility at that point. At 69,000, I still get a lot of respect, but not as much. Just listening in and thinking you sound like James at Invest Answers. Are we related? We're not. We've actually been on a show together, and we've watched each other's videos, but we are not. We're not. I have invited him on to the show. I don't think he saw my message. When Brian hits 100,000, he'll be in the 0.23 club. Yeah, I'll be. Yeah. Oh, this moved more than I thought. I'm probably not getting through all of them. I'll do my best. Enjoy my time. Tesla ride is exhilarating. Going there later this year for vacation. Nice. I swear I've never ridden a roller coaster that beat Tesla. Yeah. A lot of German speakers in Shanghai. I found that to be true. There are a lot of German bankers in Shanghai is what I've found. Tesla's pushing hard on battery costs, but they're falling behind on charging performance. Yes. I wouldn't say, I mean, they're at the lagging edge. How about that? They're at the following edge rather than the leading edge. And yeah, there are slower cars, but there's a lot of faster cars. So, I don't have time to watch political stuff. I just don't have time. It's a headspace that I do not have available. Are you referring to making a charger that's better than their level 4? And that's the thing, is there is level 4 coming. It's just about making a deal, just about equal trade. It's not. It's not. It is not. It is not. We're hurting ourselves, and we need to stop doing that. The arguments I've seen that say the trade is unfair are riddled with factual inaccuracies to a degree that makes me ask what actually is real. And when I hear you try to persuade me, not you, when I hear someone try to persuade me and they start with lies, I just assume the rest of it is lies. So it's not about equal trade. It is about shooting ourselves in the sack. And I'm not a fan of that. Team Human, Beach Crow is on board. My various weekend. I still think Argentina may end up in Belt and Road Initiative, China's large infrastructure program that spans the world. If every Tesla currently in the EU were turned on into or bought back for use as a robotaxi, seems they could launch there too. Oh, they don't even need to do that. Just launch with, just dedicate all new production from Giga Berlin to robotaxi, or just half of it. That would be enough. Silk Road project that China's doing. Yeah, it's not the Silk Road, it's the Belton Road, isn't it? Belton Road? I think that's what it's called. We'll think we'll ever get any new info on Tesla's FSD take rate. I don't. I think we'll hear once it's complete. So anywhere from a couple months to a couple decades from now, we'll find out the answers. I think Tesla's lacks transparency on a lot of things. Lumping all other models, SX, Cybertruck, and Semi into other models, I think is deeply dishonest. Not dishonest, but shows a lack of capacity to be forthcoming. I am asking them about their cars. Maintain a higher charge rate deeper into the pack and increasing beyond 250. LFP cells tend to last longer, so you can overcharge them periodically, and it will only shorten the life to still much longer than the car is expected to live. The US doesn't have good LFP technology yet because of the patents. We're hoping to get that. That would allow for faster charging. China food production is in the north next to Russia, and production is in the south and losing workers due to retirement. Not a good mix. So I'm seeing a 6 and an 85. Which is which? I'll find out when this ends. Yeah, invasion of Taiwan leads to TSMC, and the Chinese have no cousins, and the fertilizer problem. Don't forget Mark, especially after he was liberated from his capture. Mark from the Tesla Life, while he was moving, was in a incomplete, an unfinished space. It looked like he was in a hostage video. So we just leaned into that. Okay, guys. Well, we are, I think, right down to the end of it. Like that click button, which is correct as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, that's why Brian is the best. He calls out Tesla for bunching Cybertruck into all the other sales. I'd like more transparency. Did I see the bombing of the Lacey site in Washington? I saw pictures that showed up on my Northwest X group almost immediately. And it was, again, please don't do crime, especially crime like that, because they're going to get you, because the FBI was called in on that one because you used an explosive. See how long we can keep Brian on. Roger, come on. I've got stuff to do. Okay. Alrighty, guys. Well, what did I miss? What did I misunderstand? If you've got more questions, you can ask them in the comments, and we'll see what happens. Everybody else, I thank you for being here. I thank you to my supporters who can join me on almost every day of the week with bonus content on Patreon, on YouTube, on X. And that bonus content is usually just a few minutes, a short story, a short news story, and then like 10 minutes of me struggling through my daily puzzles, which is fun. I just clown around and some people watch it. And you don't have to enjoy any of those things to support me. You can just help me out. It keeps the channel going, makes it all happen. I appreciate you guys. So, what did I miss? What did I misunderstand? Leave it in the comments below. Stay tuned, stay juicy. I cannot wait to hear from you clever robots from China. Gotta find the end stream button.